Oi oi Saveloy! Now, in case you missed last episode of Fleetwood Town, let me fill you in real quick. Ethan Errehon dinked the Blackpool goalkeeper in the playoff final to get promoted at the expense of our rivals, which means we're having a kickabout this season in the Championship. Now without any further ado, this is Season 3, Episode 3 of Fleetwood Town. Here are the boys, and I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised Lovelace won our Play of the Season vote by such a large margin. I thought Errehon or Bergstrom might edge it with their performance in the playoff final last season, but I can't complain. More of the same this season, please, Lovelace. Now, I've been having a think, and that's a bit dangerous because I might get a headache, but I don't know whether to stick with the 4-4-2 inverted left back thing or switch to a more attacking 4-4-1-1. I don't know, I can't make my mind up. But one thing my mind is made up on is getting Marco with a K Bullat in the red and white of Fleetwood Town this season. I simply cannot wait any longer. But he is getting a bit spenny with a price tag between 5 and 8 million. We've only got 4 million in the bank. So this is going to be our first Buster Bank signing if we can raise the funds. I feel like Elon Musk when he took over Twitter. We've got no room for beanbag players this season. Other than you, Curtis. Go out and smash it at Stoke and I'll see you next year. We've been ruthless. But look, we have tripled our budget. And I think Marco sees a bit of himself in the Croat. You're going to take us right to the very top, son. Our new number 7. And you just know he's going to be class. He's called Marco for crying out loud. We've shattered our transfer record. 8.8 million plus some rando. I might call him the machine gun because his last name is Bullet. I don't know. Let's stick with Marco with a K for now. But let's talk about Jackson with an X Lancaster. I do agree with you. He can probably rotate a striker. But it's going to be a bloodbath between Lovelace, Lonergan, Adam and Robinson this season. Hopefully he smashes it and comes back to challenge for a starting spot next year. And yes, we are being brave this season. Adam's on the bench, Tommy and Lovelace up top. They're going to be a dangerous partnership like Diddy and Baby Oil. Marco with a K pulling the strings like Rudolph Matz, and Errehon overloading the midfield in the inverted left back role. And as I said before, a top 6 finish is our only objective, but I'm more hopeful than certain. And if you're new around here, we're going to play a couple of games, stop off in January at the halfway point, have a look around, then play some more games and stop off somewhere around the end of the season. And our first game in the Championship is at home to Bolton. The boys are dialed in because the Prem is in touching distance. The fans can smell what we're cooking here, but somebody check what's in Bergstrom's soup because that boy yeeted it up the halfway line. Occo Flex bullies his way through the defence, and I'll tell you what, did you ever think you'd see the day we've stuck a header away? I don't want to speak too early, but the risk might pay off. We're coming close again in the first half as Tommy could have had a brace off the rebound, but it wasn't all one-way traffic. Collins turns Luca and pops a shot off at Bergstrom. They tried to get behind our high line again, but it's no trouble for Ethan. He mops it up. A couple passes into Marco with a K Bullet, and this is what the Croat offers Fleetwood in the centre of the park. A dink over the defence, weighted to perfection for Zach, and he Lovelaces it home. Our first game in the Championship and our first 3 points. I like this ratio. On the road to Wales to visit the home of Michu, one of the greatest ever Streets Will Not Forget players. Swansea City, it feels like a distant memory their time in the Prem. They seem to be stagnating on the way down the ladder. We're trying to climb up it. We don't want to end up like them, you know. Just look at the way the fans celebrated this goal. It's embarrassing. But let's not judge too quickly. We are 1 goal down to the Swans. And this overhead kick would have been a lovely way to level the score. We're caught out with a through ball down our right hand side again. I think you're right about Luca at right back. He's been caught out this game. And it serves me right for chatting all that waff about them at the start. We lose 2-0 to the Swans. So maybe I should keep my trap shut and stay humble. As we welcome Birmingham in the penultimate game of these highlights. Dion Sanderson with the armband. If you watch the Salford series, you know how pivotal he was for us. But I should probably stop gassing them up and start defending. Why did they want Jackson with an X if they've got Jade Stansfield knocking them in up top? I'll admit it, I thought Marco with a K was a techie centre mid, but he can stick a leg in when needs be. Some lovely link up between our attacking trio ends up with Zach Lovelacing it home. Marco, mate, you're not playing in Croatia or Spain anymore. These aren't going to shirk a tackle. Poor bloke ran into Sanderson. Must have been like running into a brick wall. He's a free kick maestro who shanks it way off target. My fault, Bullet. I didn't realise how much whippage you had in the locker. Medley sticks a foot in, but he ain't got the base to clear it for a throw-in and breaks a hip on the advertisement boards. They float one in from the corner, but Errehon's there to clear it. And Marco is sat on the halfway line just to nudge him off the ball. A master of the dark arts. He sticks it away for his first Fleetwood goal and another win under our belt. Let's carry the momentum into the last game against Sheffield United at home under the floodlights. Another dead Prem team knocking about in the Championship. But Zach Lovelace, you're too good for this league. Start watching a pacey Lee Trundle And once he gets the finishing sorted, he's going to be pure Jogger Benito Prime R9. But no pressure, mate. Ethan Aaron slipping through our number 33, and Zach Love finesses it into the bottom corner. See, lads, I told you he could finish. Adam, I thought it was Diddy with the oil. Sheffield United cutting through our right back yet again. Wilder was out of position, but Zach Medley, you should be able to deal with Ryan Brewster on your own. It's a nice finish from their number 7, but it's not that good, mate. Calm down. In the final minutes of the match, Lovelace tries to squeeze between the centre-backs, but draws a foul. And this is it, Bullet. They say bend it like Beckham. Nah, I say bend it like a total pillock. The game finishes 1-1 and we draw against Sheffield. Now, while you lot go check out how we're doing, I'm off to practice some free kicks. Alright, the markers have been nailing free kicks. The next one we get, it's going top bins. Looks like we're a bit off the mark in the league. We're sat in 9th, but we're only 8 points off 3rd spot. But what's more interesting is that there's just 4 points difference between 6th and 13th place. So we're still all to play for. The Bullet is already on double digits and Lovelace is 1 behind on 9 league goals. And there's our boy again in 2nd spot for assists. Our Buster Bank signing looks like it's money well spent, but what's more impressive is Adam is on 5 league goals and Tommy Lonergan is nowhere to be found. So for all the reasons listed above, we switch to a 4-4-1-1. Adam, here's your chance to be a hero, mate. Bullet has been pushed up into the cam role and I reckon he'll be unstoppable now. Errol back in his best position at centre mid. Lovelace is going to play right mid, but will be cutting in on goal from out wide. Waidu and Luca have swapped to hopefully fix our gaps on the right hand side, but now it's glaringly obvious where we need to strengthen. Marco wants a bombing fullback, so we're snagging Harvey Vale on a 2-year loan deal with a 2.5 mil option to buy. He can already play left back, so it's only right we wait 78 weeks to change his position. What a joke. Beam is life, thanks for the donation. I did have a gander for Thai players, but I'll be honest, I don't think he's got what it takes. So I've invested in another youth scout to find a baller. On the subject of little youth, I think we found our next Mikel Antonio. And this Yilmaz bloke looks double decent. We were missing a Turk. We've got just under 4 million, and yet I agree we need a locker room leader. That guy Welbs is unfortunately retiring. Harry Maguire is available on a free, which is interesting, but we need somebody to help us out now. So we've gone for the ultimate locker room leader. We've got the red carpet out the wrong way, but he won't mind. He's just happy to play the beautiful game. Jordan Henderson joins from Ajax for 2.3 million. He's won the Prem, the Champions League, and an ex-England international. He's perfect for Fleetwood Town. I did try to get Rob Holding, who would have been both a locker room leader and an ex-gunner, but he'd rather rot on the Palace bench. And I'm furious. Jackson hasn't played a single game for Birmingham, so he's coming back to Fleetwood, and if you're going to sit on any bench, you're going to sit on ours. Right, I'm well happy now. I can't really see a weak spot. Hopefully Hendo can teach Vieira a thing or two in centre mid, but I think we've got top 6 in us. And with that being said, let's crack on with the rest of the season. We're kicking things off against the Black Cats, so of course we gave Hendo the armband against his boyhood club, a symbolic bookending of his career, and I'll make a promise right now. If Sunderland make an offer for him, I'll let him go. I can't help it. I love a good fairy tale ending. But I didn't realise you had that in your locker, Hendo. He looks devastated to have not scored. So let's get the ball into him quickly so we can have another pop-on goal. What a strike, son. He shows respect to Sunderland, but I don't think that makes a difference, mate. Are they going to want you back after this? Our locker room leader proving the difference as we win 1-0. On the road to the Hawthorns to face West Brom, who boast the best defence in the Championship. So maybe we could take a page out of their bloody book. I'm looking at you, Zach and Luca. He's just dinked a 6'9" goalkeeper. Harvey Vale, close your legs, mate. You've just been megged by Jed Wallace. That'll set your development back by another 78 weeks. And Luca, stick to your man, bruv. Come on. We've let a dyke stick 2 balls away. Can you understand the irony, lads? Who's going to step up and take charge? Well, Ethan Aaron. He's put his name in the hat with that strike. 2-1, trying to build on the momentum, and this is excellent centre-forward play from Adam to get his body across and draw the foul. He's been sent flying, but we've got a penalty in there, man. He's sent off. Oh, no, ref, you're joking. Nah, I saw it with my own 4 eyes. Bullet, this is it. This is why we've been practicing. Whip it, top bins, alpha. Ethan says, give it here, you pleb. 2 banging long shots from the Scotsman. We didn't have to look far for our locker room leader, eh? Had the right intentions sticking him at left back, I promise. 2-2's the remix, some lovely build-up play, a wonderful shimmy, and Flex pings it off the post. We haven't seen enough of that over the last 3 seasons. Keep it up. It looks like a snatch and grab, but yeah, the Dyke man sticks it away for 3-3. I'm gutted. The Dyke has stuck 3 balls in our goal hole, and we share the points with the Baggies. Shaking things up with an FA Cup game against Everton, who sit in a relegation spot. Just like last season, I wanted to gauge where we are in comparison to the Prem, and I'll tell you what, If these lot are sat in the relegation spot, we're way off the mark. I don't know who this bloke is, but after that whippage, you've piqued Marco's interest. Bulak pipes up and says, hang about, Gaffer, I've got some whippage. But you don't from free kicks? What's all that about? A little snippet of Jackson with an X, and don't worry lad, I'm sure the goals will come in time. In the 80th minute though, they work their way into the box. Wadu draws a foul, and the ref's a bit too happy about that. We'll meet you out in the parking lot, bruv. Mitrovic, he steps up from 12 yards and fires it home. We've lost 3-1 to the Toffees, and I think we've got a long way to go before we're ready for the Prem. The final game of these highlights is at home against Norwich, and their man Rowe, number 15, is somebody Marco has his eye on. But I don't think right mids are where we need to strengthen, Gaffer. With our defence as solid as my self-esteem, we're struggling to keep clean sheets, let alone win games. We offered nothing this game, and their man Rowe goes on a mazy one to set up the Canaries' second goal. We've been beat 2-0 in our own backyard. Hendo is shattered, bless him, and I think we need to stop off and gather our thoughts. Right, okay, look, brace yourselves, because it's squeaky bum time. We're still in 9th, but that gap between 9th and 3rd is now 13 points, and we're 7 points off West Brom in 6th. We're in a bit of a pickle. There are 6 games left of the season, a massive game against the Brummies, who are 1 place above us in 8th on goal difference. Derby, who are bottom half of the table. Another massive game against Middlesbrough, who are 3 points above us in 7th. Bristol City, Cardiff, and finally Millwall. We're reverting to the 4-4-2. Lovelace and Jackson, you may be the future of Fleetwood Town, but your time is now. I've changed the tactics slightly to hopefully make us a bit harder to break down, because those last few games, oh god, they were embarrassing. Right, let's jump straight into it. Fleetwood versus Birmingham, up the Cod Army. Let's just start off with this, shall we? George Hall sending Luca for not 1, but 2 hot dogs. The Croat got turned into Spinderella. He's giving Rachel Gunn a run for her money. Thank God we've got Bergstrom in between the sticks. Bulak gives it to Ethan, and the Scotsman gets his head down and just goes for it, in between the defenders like nothing, and sticks it away. 1-0 Fleetwood. It's brought a tear to the cameraman's eye. Jay Stansfield, their danger man, is played through way too easily past Luca. He dinks Bergstrom. It is going wide, but what on earth have I just witnessed? Nah, I'm not having it. Somebody check Wadu's Sky Bet account. I'm lost for words. I've got nothing left. Oh, hang about. Lovelace has done it. Incredible play by Jackson to find his partner in crime. The dynamic duo giving us a taste of what's to come. 2-1 is the final score, and we leapfrog Birmingham. Hendo is considering retirement, which I'm gutted about. Also, Wadu has the day off against Derby, so Hendo's got the armband. Jackson with a little ball roll inside to find Lovelace, and there was only one spot he could put that away. Jackson collecting the ball at right mid again. It's a wonderful pass into Lovelace, who sets himself up for the half volley. 3 goals in 2 games from Zach, all assisted by Jackson. This could be the start of something special. Jackson trying us up with a long shot, but it goes out for a corner. And Bulak couldn't have placed that on Luca's big fat 5-head if he tried. Hendo the first to congratulate our young centre-back. He's had a tough time recently, but I'm backing him. The fans love him. And a 3-0 win over Derby means the form is in our favour against Middlesbrough. Wadu back in the starting lineup with the armband. I'm harsh but fair. A Bulak backheel into Lovelace, and I think that flick is becoming his trademark. And just like against Derby, it's the Croats to link up at the corner. It was 2 off the tee, but he'll chug a mulligan in the change room later. Vieira getting his noggin on it. Lovelace on the shoulder. He pulls wide, tries to find his strike partner, but gets lucky and does what he should have done the first time round. Gang. But it's not all fun and games. Borough break through our high line, and we simply don't have the pace to catch up. And it's 2-1 before half time. 85 minutes on the clock, and we're cleaning up at the back. This could be a massive 3 points, but Erahon fumbles the bag, and it's 2-2's the remix. The points shared, but it feels like 2 points dropped in the battle for a playoff spot. Zach Lovelace is the man of the moment, but we have to give props to Jackson. He's been brilliant so far. Marco looking over them like a proud father. Daddy Marco is in the building, and he's not best pleased with you, Medley, getting bounced off the ball like that. And what in the name of Mustafi is this defending? Zach Medley, you're bloody grounded for a week. We can't afford to drop any more points. So up steps our dream team. Jackson with eyes in the back of his head, and Lovelace with the finish. That's right, the game's not over yet. Jackson may be small, but he gets up for the header. Lovelace works a yard of space and pings it off the post. I love these two up top. 87 minutes on the clock, and we're pressing them high. And who else but Jackson with the interception? And I'm out of superlatives, I'm out of hyperbole to describe just how good Lovelace and Jackson are. They've clawed us back to a rescue 3 points against Bristol, And the Cod Army, we feel invincible going into the penultimate game of the season against Cardiff. We're playing without any fear. This is a team reborn. Harvey Vale gets his first goal for the club. Well done, lad. Bullet plays it forward and... Nah, I can't. Lovelace is from another planet, mate. The best on the ball player at Highbury since Jeremy Lynch. Finally sets up Jackson for his first Fleetwood Town goal. Look at this, we're getting all the angles of him pelting it in the back of the net. But that's it, the floodgates have opened now. Tommy lays up Jackson for the goal of the series so far. This boy is the real deal. Just look at the finesse on it, and it kisses the underside of the bar. It's disgusting. We win 3-0, and let's go check where we are on the final day of the season. 13 points from a possible 15. Surely we've climbed the table. No? Yeah, we have. But only to 7th spot. Level on points with the Baggies. Technically we could finish as high as 4th, but what are the odds on Ipswich, Norwich and West Brom losing? Don't worry about that. All we've got to do is worry about ourselves and pick up 3 points against Millwall. If we do that, we might just have a chance. So this is how we're lining up on the final day. Up the Cod Army. The Den is a horrible place to come and grab 3 points, but that's exactly what we need to do. So if we have a scrap in the car park after the game, then so be it. And somebody who's always going to be there is Jordan Henderson. I did not realise this man had a long shot in him. He's lethal anywhere near the box. We managed to keep it tight at the back and we're pressing from the front. Occo Flex wins the ball back. It's over the top to Jackson. And you know what? X marks the spot because it's in the back of the net. He needs a signature celebration, but I don't think this is it. So get in the comments with your ideas. It's not all one-way traffic. Bergstrom makes sure we keep a clean sheet because who knows, it might come down to goal difference. And as the final whistle blows, these two are going crazy and the fans are on their feet. But have we done enough to finish in a playoff spot? Christmas has come early. I actually don't believe it. Norwich dropped points. Who to? Preston. I know there's a little rivalry between us, but thanks for doing us a favour, lads. We've been drawn against Luton in the semis. West Brom have Ipswich, but check this out. Ipswich just lost out on the FA Cup. I feel like they're going to be the team to beat, but we have to win against Luton first. I'm not going to risk Sim in the first leg. We've worked way too hard to get here. So let's get it, lads. These lot have already had their chance in the Prem, and I'll be damned if they get a second bite at the apple at our expense. Lovelace letting them know early on that we're up for it. We know who Bullet is searching for, and Luca cracks it off the bar. We're scared to get near them in the box, but Aaron sticks a foot in. Now, lad, you might get past Bullet, but you run into the Phoenix. 2 feet, studs up, there was only one winner. 2v3 on the break. Now hang on, let me see if I got my maths right. If the defender equals Spinderella, then the ball must equal the back of the... Oh, hang on. No, there it is. Jackson X marks the spot. He's unreal. Marco couldn't be happier. So, of course, when the gaffer's happy, our defence turns into spaghetti. The fishermen have caught a prat in the net. Throw him back, because the second leg it's all to play for. We're starting how we finished the first game. Trying to break Adebayo's legs, but it's no luck, and we're 2-1 down on aggregate. You're making getting to the playoff final hard work, and I don't appreciate it, mate. This is all about the movement from Jackson. Who said you can't play Route 1 football with 2 short kings, eh? A little side foot into the X marks the spot, and his 2-2's the remix. This celebration feels more like him, but I still need your suggestions, lads. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm more impressed with the overhead kick or the goalkeeper parrying the ball and catching it before it hit the ground. 62 minutes on the clock, we've been in control for most of the game. A ball roll inside from Lovelace, gains a yard or two and cuts back across him to prod it past the keeper. The bench is going mental. Get off me, Tommy. They try one last throw with the dice, but Luca nods it back. It's a bit short, but Bergstrom is there to mop it up. No bother. The final whistle blows, and we've done the remarkable and booked our spot in the Championship playoff final. What's supposed to be a joyful moment has turned very sour very quickly. Zek Medley, and I quote, "I think me not getting games is starting to damage my career. I want to get away and make a fresh start." You've played 50 games this season. Are you on crack, bruv? And to top it off, Vieira is recovering from a knock last game. We don't need this going into the biggest game of our lives. Breathe, it's in touching distance. We're 1 game away from the Prem. We can do this, lads. Right? This is how Ipswich are lining up. Delap, Hutchinson, Clark. It's a strong team. And this is our Cod Army. Ethan inverted left back, Hendo in for Vieira, Godwin right back and Wadu at centre back because Zek Medley has been left at home. We're not a serpentarium, No snakes allowed. A season-long grind comes down to one game, and we start strong with a dink over the top from the Phoenix and love lacing it off the bar. We kept Ipswich so unbelievably quiet in the first half. We didn't create many chances, but we were dominating the game, so much so they had to sub off Hutchinson. Bullet from the corner, and it's kind of becoming a tradition. The keeper denied his header, but Lucas sticks away the rebound. 1-0 up. Come on, lads. Although it's a bit unnervy, feel like Ipswich haven't really got out of first gear. The second half rolls around and Delap is toying with us. A burst of pace, he holds off Godwin, but the shot is well wide. We had to make a couple of subs, just some tired legs out there, trying to defend this 1-0 lead. Aaron has been left in the dust by their man. Wadu blocks the ball across, and while he's breakdancing on the floor, Delap sticks it wide. Could have had a brace. Still under the cosh, 87 minutes on the clock is Clark. Sierra 1-2 stepping round our tired defence, and he sticks it near post. The ex-Sunderland boy has levelled the game in the dying embers. Bergstrom, you should definitely be getting a 6'9" glove to that. The first half of extra time, and Delap plays a 1-2 round our aggressively high line. 1-on-1 through on goal, and Wide, who does what any good captain should do. You can be my hero, baby. You can kiss away the pain. What a man. And Ipswich stick the free kick in the stands. We take off Lancaster and Lovelace for Bolton and Adam. He already looks leggy. Can the Hungarian replace Wadu as our hero for the day? Nope. The only breath he took away was his own. Unal gets past Luca, but Godwin makes sure he doesn't get any further. There's nothing to separate us after 120 minutes of football, and now our Premier League fate is decided from 12 yards. We were in the exact same position last season, so we know how the Donner's made. But don't do it for me or the fans. Do it for Wadu. Our captain fantastic. Make sure his sacrifice was worth it. And my apologies, the El Gato is on the fritz. It's sudden death. It's a matter of who will blink first. Ipswich or Fleetwood, and unfortunately it's Ronaldo Vieira. Their goalkeeper plays the hero, and our Vieira, well, he plays the villain, and we've lost the championship playoff final at the absolute final hurdle. Congratulations, Ipswich Town. We were so close to back promotions to the Prem, plus Wadu's sacrifice was for nothing. We'll have to go again next year, but I don't want to be messing around with scraping 6th. I want automatic promotion. Alright, so Amdouni won the Golden Boot, Lovelace came in 6th with 20 goals. Bullet came 2nd in the assist leaderboards, and Bergstrom came 3rd in the Golden Glove. And speaking of the Finnish freak, his loan spell is expiring, and we've got a buy option for 770k, so unless anybody has objections, I'll make him permanent next season. Lovelace won the Fleetwood Golden Boot. Bullet, well, he's a monster, 17 and 17 from centre mid in his first season. And Jackson with the next, well, you're just a bit of a beast, innit? Medley, you'll probably never play for us again. And with that in mind, should we sign Harry Maguire on a 2-year deal? He's available on a free, and I reckon he'll get us out of the championship next season. Also, I've got a couple of right mids on the radar. We could definitely get either Rowe, Ford or Dembele at Fleetwood Town. Bradford won League 2, Blackburn won League 1, and Man City won the Prem. Liverpool can do the 3-peat. And as we have a look down below, Bournemouth, Everton and the Cherries will be joining us in the championship next season. Adam, I think your time is up, mate. I think we've outgrown a Hungarian brick house with these two ballers up top. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, definitely leave a comment. I love interacting with you and hearing your transfer suggestions. And subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, ta-ra!